What's up? DJ Myst here. This is my pretty late review of Spider-Man Brand New Day. So, two things as far as why this review is late. Number one, I purposely watched the movie late. I am very I'm very antisocial. I am very introverted. Like, I keep to myself a lot. I like to be by myself a lot. So I hate crowds. I really hate crowds. And I knew that this was going to be a big movie. So I was like, not watching it not watching it first weekend. I'm just like, nope. So that's number one. And two, after I did go see it, well, there's that. Yeah, I got sick immediately after. So, like, I went home from the movie, started feeling like crap. Like, I did my usual, like, booted up Resident Evil. And, like, an hour and a half into Resident Evil, I'm like, I don't feel good. I don't feel good at all. And I, like, turned the game off, went to sleep, and basically just drifted in and out of sleep for the whole weekend. And my dumbass still went to work when my weekend came to an end. So, like, but yeah, no. Yeah, so that was all the gaming I did last weekend. Yeah. So, anyhow, my bad for bringing you guys a very late review of this movie. So, let me go ahead and start. Yeah, Spider-Man Brand New Day. Really good. Really good. A lot of stuff that I liked in this movie. So I do like how they established that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. And I know that sounds like a weird thing to say on his fourth movie, but that's you've probably already seen the jokes and memes online. Like, this guy, it took 3 movies for this kid to get a origin story. Like, this is the only superhero that had a 3-part origin story instead of most superheroes that, knock it out in the first movie. So, yeah, it establishes him being Peter Parker, which I thought was pretty cool. It solidifies who Spider-Man, it establishes him being Spider-Man in this universe, and it solidifies who Spider-Man is to a world who forgot about Peter Parker. And so I thought that was pretty cool. And I also like how they, besides the fact that, like, New York has accepted Spider-Man, I like how there was a lot that felt like, and it's crazy because this is the 4th movie, but there was a lot that felt like it was from the Spider-Man video games, and I thought that was cool, because funny enough, I hadn't played Spider-Man for quite a while. I still haven't beaten the first game. I do not own the second game, and I hadn't played it in a while, and funny enough, me wanting to watch this movie was not really why I booted it up. I just started to play Spider-Man for a little while. Didn't even play that much, but so many scenes, like, not just throughout, but definitely at the beginning, just give off that Insomniac, PS4 Spider-Man video game vibe, and I loved that. That was really cool. You have some really creative shots, really creative fighting, and it's just amazing how they how visually they think of certain methods that Spider-Man would use if Spider-Man was real, like with shooting webs from his wrists. Like, it is amazing. So, like, that's one of those things that I will say visually, like, this movie is spectacular, and it is extremely creative, and it looks amazing, and you're really going to enjoy how Peter Parker, like, really, he's quick on his feet, and he is just, like, how he is improvising all these tactics as he, as he goes, really, as he's being attacked, shot at, It's really fantastic. So I do love that part of the movie. So another good thing about this movie is that it does feel very standalone, but at the same time, it does have a lot of. It does pull from a lot of other Marvel properties. So we already know the Hulk is in here, and it's the conflict that. For those that are into the comics and into the 90s cartoon like I was, so y'all know the internal conflict that Spider-Man is having with his powers, which is really cool really done well in this movie. And I will say this, it's, even though it pulls from a lot of other Marvel properties, it does remind you that the spell did happen, stuff like that. Even though it feels like you do even though it feels like, yes, it's a Marvel movie that existed in the MCU, or that exists in the MCU, and all these references do tie into this movie, it does still manage to feel a pretty good standalone Spider-Man. And so for the most part, I think that was actually pretty cool. It seems to be a very, very contained story, while at the same time being a part of something bigger. So I thought that was pretty cool as well. All right, on to the bad. So as far as the bad goes, I'm going to use that last one as a segue into the bad, because unfortunately, though, even though it does do a good job of being a standalone Spider-Man movie, and everything for the most part does make sense within this movie, within its own runtime, there's still a good like a hefty amount of moments that do feel like you have to do your homework first. So that was not all that great, because especially since you already know that this universe is gonna get reset soon. So yeah. And I hate to say it just felt a little empty. I don't know if it's because, again, you already know that the reset is coming, or because Marvel just fumbled the multiverse saga like terribly. And I hate to say that, because there's so many but again, doing your homework, before it got so convoluted with the TV shows and the movies, and them biting off more than they could chew, I did like a lot of the post-Endgame movies. I liked, I think, a lot more than most people did. And there's so many movies, and I'm not going to bring them up, but so many movies that people complained about, and I'm like, I'm sitting here thinking, it's like, what's wrong with it? There was really nothing wrong with what I just watched. And so, that being said, even though I did enjoy a lot more, in my opinion, of the post-Endgame movies than most people, they still very much fumbled that timeline, which sucks, because the multiverse is such an amazing concept, and that was the only time that, let's be real, that anyone it was ever gonna get to do justice to these characters, to acknowledge, the Fox movies, the Sony movies, and the Marvel Disney movies, and just, they messed that up. So that being said, I don't know if it's because of that reset that is coming, but the movie does, even though it's pulling from all these other stories, it feels empty. It almost feels like these references mean nothing. So that was kind of disappointing. Now, as I mentioned, not only did I watch this a week late, I also just got, still not really all 100%, but I also just got done being sick for a week. So I'm pretty sure there was other things that were fresh in my mind that I cannot think of that are negatives. So I'll just go and give the one big flaw, because that's one thing I was surprised that after I watched this movie, I just realized, like, wow, that sucks. That sucks bad. So, the one big flaw that this movie has is that it has no rewatch value whatsoever. That's one thing. Like, I enjoyed the movie. It's a really good movie. I can't see myself wanting to watch this again. Like, not even at home, like on streaming, like at all. Like, so for example, keeping it in Spider-Man, Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2, even Spider-Man 3, like, I have gone back to just watch these movies, like, just to enjoy them, and even with and I'm sorry, the Andrew Garfield ones suck. Like, Andrew Garfield's great, by the way, but like, no, the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies, those fucking blow. All right, so going even with the Tom Holland ones, the only one that I prior to this one, the only one that I cannot go back to, it's just really bland, is Far From Home. It's like, it was decent when I watched it in the movie theater, but like just there's no motivation to there's like, I don't know, I just can't make myself go watch it again just to enjoy it. That one felt like, just checking the box so we can get on to the next movie, or what the next step in the MCU. And yeah, that's what this one unfortunately feels like. So it is a good movie, mind you, but that's the biggest flaw. Now, I may be wrong, as far as, or not wrong, that is my opinion, but most people might not feel that. Most people might want to watch it 2 or 3 times, but yeah, I can't see myself as much. I had a lot of fun watching this movie. I did enjoy it a lot, and it just, that's the biggest flaw that it has. It's a one and done for me, even though I'm gonna give this a pretty high score. But yeah, so do I recommend you guys watching it? Yeah, hell yeah. It's Spider-Man. Most of those movies are good. And so I give Spider-Man Brand New Day an 8 out of 10. The movie is awesome, but it's an awesome one-time experience. So do with that what you will. If you've already watched the movie 2 or more times, then again, I guess it wasn't that wasn't a flaw in your world. But yeah, no, it's just like the story that's being told. And again, maybe because it pulls from so much outside of the MCU, even though it's a self-contained story. So I know I've been saying that a lot, but I'm just trying to stress that, like, it does a good job of being its own movie, but at the same time it does pull from the MCU a lot. Again, it just it's just something about that story again makes me feel like I'm just trying to get to the next movie. And even though I had a blast with this one, I just know I'm not gonna watch it again anytime soon. So yeah, 8 out of 10, awesome. Go watch it if you haven't already. It's Spider-Man and it's good, but I just, again, and maybe I'm just the odd one out on that. So either way, that's my review of Brand New Day. So as always, this has been DJ Myst. I appreciate you guys. I really do. Thank you for watching these. Peace.